I'm holding them farther and farther away from my eyes to see them.
Do you not put the password on for the Zoom until?
The Zoom, you don't need a password for the Zoom.
Oh, it said
You need
password and then
pre-register.
there's nothing there.
Oh, you have to pre-register.
Okay.
So.
Someone was asking me, it's like, I don't know, I haven't done it.
That's pretty crooked. We used it earlier today. And pushed it over there, so it's kind of.
How many people pre-registered?
I don't know. You only have to register once.
Pointed at that end of the room for a while.
Oh, you
Keep
mean,
it on
so
this end of the room.
if they have
If
done
you've
it from
done
the very beginning, okay.
They don't need to re-register.
Oh, okay.
But there's probably, I don't know. I know there's 2 or 3 that were asking.
There, how's that? Linda likes it that way.
It's right on Linda.
No,
No, she's way out of it.
Come on, she's been through a lot of this with me.
And it goes all the way to the whiteboard, is that really? Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it
So
goes all the way to the
very wide
whiteboard.
angle. Okay.
Well, and yeah, it's very
Angle.
wide angle, but we used the whiteboard today, so we had it. I had a cockeyed because we were in here meeting for another reason. All right, so my problem is that for some reason it's not letting people.
How late do you think we're gonna be here tonight?
Wow, this is not the part of education.
just depends.
How many people want to talk? Almost there. All right, let's go ahead and call the order. Verification meeting notice.
Posted on the web.
On the building. Email.
Okay, motion to approve the agenda,
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, discussion of bills and balances. You ready, Cheryl?
Yep.
All right, my first one is 50352. CPI for $3,450. It says blended instruction certification program.
So I don't know what that is.
CPI. I don't know who a crisis policy institute or something. It's for nonviolent crisis intervention training. That's getting trained. It's paid for by the mental health grant.
Oh, okay. Crisis intervention. I just had a quick question before I bring up a couple of these. Is the reimbursement, the travel reimbursement for kids who go to private school, is that based on like miles from their house or something?
It's based on a spreadsheet that DPI makes us put all of our factored costs that it costs us to transport kids,
Yeah.
and then our ridership, and then it's divided out.
Well, because the cost for one child was $528.70, but then the cost for 3 kids was $1599.60, and the math didn't work out. So that's what I was wondering. In 2 different families. That
I prorated, I didn't pay them from whatever date that their private school,
COVID.
yeah, whatever date, the last date of their school, then I took off that month, many days.
Okay,
So some of the schools went a little longer or?
Yeah, some of, I mean,
okay, that makes sense.
That's what I kind of thought it was, but I think an item just of note is, I don't know if you did the total. I came up with it was $9,028.
Yeah, I did do the total, but I did have another question about one of them. It was 50385. Aren't those two children at Ithaca? One of them's in the yearbook.
what was the number again?
50385. I was gonna add them all up, Linda, and then I forgot. 9,000 what?
28.
$9,028 exactly?
No, these are two private school kids that they have.
Did they start here and then?
No,
Then why is one of them in the elementary yearbook for this year?
Jim Huan Zhang
Oh,
and Han Kai Zhang.
oh, okay,
They
I
were
was
two
thinking-
foreign exchange students at Eagle.
okay. And they were just staying with that family.
Yeah.
So they sent them to Eagle, but their own children here.
Mhm.
Okay, all right. I'll cross that one off then. Okay, then I had 50388, Strang Heating and Electric, $3,193. It says install 4 Meraki access points. I don't know what that means.
So those are the wireless outside access
Okay,
points
okay.
that we put in the parking lots,
Okay,
and Strangs did the installation of it.
and that was covered under a grant too then, right? Didn't we put that under?
I think we used the technology money from Upper 90
The
project.
leftover,
Upper
right?
90.
Okay,
I have one before that though.
okay, what's
There's
that?
several in there that are lunch reimbursements.
Yep, it's seniors who graduated, and they had lunch money in their account.
Aren't
And
you
we're
one of them?
supposed to.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't remember getting a lunch. And I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Well, I wondered that too, but then I saw one for 85 cents and I'm like, this must mean something
Yeah.
else. And then I compared the names and
Yeah.
like, they're all seniors.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You're good or just something else?
Mhm.
All right, 50427, Association of Wisconsin School Admin, 2,460. The only reason I question is because it says 6 registrations, Leading for Equity. And I was wondering what that was about.
It's the RPICS grant, required training.
For 6 of you?
It's the AZA is putting it on, and we're supposed to bring a team.
Oh, okay.
I have one before that.
What was the amount on that, sorry?
$2,460.
Number, Linda?
I just have a question on the 50419. It's the Stalker floors. Was that for both gyms?
Yes.
Okay.
That was pretty
Otherwise, I
large.
thought that was kind of high.
What was the amount on that?
It was $20,075. And then I just think
And part of that was paid with insurance money,
okay.
because we had a claim in for,
Okay.
I think we got like 14.
And I see we must have done a little negotiating on the buses. 'Cause it
Yes.
came
It was
in.
a little bit cheaper. Yeah, I didn't even write that down.
Yeah, no, but I think
$1,000.
that's,
Yeah, we
yeah.
approved like 178 and it came in at,
We approved 179,
Nine.
590, and it came in at 177 something.
okay. Awesome. Okay, 50431 to Boardman and Clark for legal services, obviously, but it was $11,459.
That's all of Eileen's charges for the year.
That's what I had.
Okay.
The time span was my question.
And
So
what was the
that's a
amount
yearly.
again?
11,459. Yeah, I was wondering what we had dealt with recently.
That
Yeah,
cost that
entire
much?
year. Yeah,
That's for the school year.
okay, got it. Okay, then I had 50434 to Chubb and Son for $8,566.
So that is our physical property on our buildings insurance.
Oh, okay, because in the description it said property and machine breakdown,
Customer.
That's what the insurance is on?
Yeah, it's custom property.
custom property, okay. All right, so this is insurance for
Buildings.
buildings, building insurance. All right.
And that's a yearly cost,
Yeah.
correct? Yeah.
Okay, then I had Dude Solutions. It kind of made me giggle.
This is our, what
Bus
number?
driver, bus, yeah.
It's our
number.
about Trip Direct, that
Trip- oh, yeah.
they put their
It's called
trips
school.
in.
What's
and
the
then-
number?
It's a 50438. So it's just an annual fee for,
Yes, for the
Sure.
software.
all right, I won't bring that one up, then that's fine. It was Dude Solutions, what's that? Okay, 50442. Foster Plumbing and Repair, $2,522. In the description it says smoke rental and repair, so what's that?
They smoked it, they found the crack.
They
in
smoked the
Chris West's
pipes.
room.
Oh, seriously?
They found it. Oh my gosh, I thought somebody was gonna shoot somebody. The screaming was so loud. And then I heard laughing, so I didn't run out of my office, but they were underneath Chris's closer sink, not the one in the corner, but the one closer to her desk. The pipe was broken and it was sitting on itself. So you couldn't see it. And so they smoked it and it finally smoked out there. And
So there was a
Replaced?
sewer smell coming through that crack or something?
Yeah.
yes, since we sealed the building.
Oh my gosh,
So it started last year, the smell.
yeah.
And Frank has been,
It's
So
Steve, go
yeah.
They should take care of it now.
should take care of it, boy, I tell you. And I emailed Chris and I just let her know that I said, I'm just letting you know, they worked really hard. They found it. There should be no smell anymore. And she goes, thank you. Now, if you could just work on this COVID thing, I'd like to get back in my classroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, get on that, would you?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't have a question on this because we approved it at the meeting, but I just wanted to bring up 50444 for the polyglycol. I just
Yep.
to let the board know that it happened, basically, so that's why it's on here, but I don't have any questions on it. 50454 precision controls. Aren't we paying them $6,305.49?
I thought all this was supposed to be getting better.
That was
Well, they
part
did
of
the
that,
glycol, yeah.
putting that in.
Is all the rest of that, there's like a ton of stuff described, so I didn't know if it was all
Yeah,
related to that.
Well, I don't know if it's all related to that, but a
Okay.
good part of that, because that's the
Okay.
pump and all that stuff, and then,
Okay, so those kind of go together.
Mhm.
All right, I'll bring those up, because like I said, we approved it as a board, so I thought they'd like to know that it happened. And then I had 50456 to Raptor Technologies, $2,554. It says Raptor kiosk setup and supplies.
That is our new visitor management system. And so you take your driver's license, you scan it, you push buttons on it, so it's a self kiosk thing. It checks the registry of sex offenders in the United States. And we can also put specific students or specific adults in there so that, for example, if Sharon and I are brother and sister and our parents got divorced and my dad isn't supposed to pick us up, only mom can, then it would also flag that person that they can't take that child home. So it's going to be awesome for the school district. It prints out them a sticker with their picture on it, driver's license photo, unfortunately. But
Ow, I'm
yeah.
never visiting again. So then that's just gonna be housed in the office and they'll be taught how to run it and.
Yep.
So then, like, say, when life gets back to normal, we're not dealing with COVID anymore, and there are field trips and such, they can just use that, and then they don't have to provide their social security number or whatever.
Yeah. What was the number on that again?
50456.
And then the other thing is it costs a little bit more than it would have because we also got the student portion of it. So with our new name tags for the students, Adam and I have been going back on RFIDs, scan, they have different kinds of QR codes. There's lots of different codes. And the students can then take their IDs, and if they're late, they can go to the kiosk and scan their ID, click Y on the screen. Why am I late? I'm late because of this reason. And it prints them off a late pass, automatically loads into Skyward, and then they're off.
Oh, okay, so that'll save the front office a lot of time too.
Yeah.
All right.
Or the same thing, if the child is leaving for the day, you
Right.
scan and I'm going to school to work, click, and then you go up.
This year they'll have to watch it because after somebody touches the screen, they'll have to
Right.
disinfect it, but
All that
otherwise
kind of
it'll
stuff.
save them a lot of time. Okay,
Yep.
okay. The last one I had, I didn't have a question on, I just wanted to bring it up just because, let everybody know. 50461 Skyward, $13,696. I know it's the annual fee, but I just want to put that out there, so.
13,900.
13,696. All right, did anybody else have any questions? Steve, you're good, Linda? Nothing? Okay. All right, I guess we're moving on then to discussion of extras for restarting school. 5.1 teacher desk shield, $92.
Well, I wanted to just get you guys kind of in the loop. I don't know if, after we have our big discussion at the board level, if you guys just want me to start ordering things for the safety of our staff and students. There's a cost involved. So a teacher desk shield, that's like a 2 foot by 5 foot with panel sides so that they could block off their own desk so kids wouldn't be sneezing or coughing on their desk. So their own personal space didn't have to be seen.
Hi, Julie. Are you there?
Yes. Hello.
This is Greg McGlynn here.
Hi, Greg.
Carrie's on her way over there, but she put me on video conference with you guys, and she thought it'd be a really good idea if I talked to you guys and watched your meeting.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. So it's,
If
yeah.
you have any questions or concerns, feel free to ask me.
We have, I told him, there's a couple other things that I'd like that company to provide, but one of the things that they showed us a mock-up made out of PVC pipe and vinyl, clear vinyl, for kids to have their own, and we talked about that. That's not on here because I'm not planning on buying every single child their very own. We couldn't afford it. But I'm thinking if I needed to buy desk shields for teachers and they want them, $100 a teacher, it's, $5,000. Same thing with the main office enclosure door with a door so that we can have that across so that their space is closed off and nobody can just walk into the office. That's going to cost about $750. Kathleen had them do the company, Mr. McGlynn's company, a horseshoe desk divider. So it's for a horseshoe table and it's got a spot for the teacher and I think 4 or maybe 5 kids that they would have that plastic in between them so they could do small group. There's the individual desk dividers and I put parents may order.
How much are those a piece?
About $35 depending on what they want. It's a little less if they're a little shorter. And Mr. McGlynn's going to write, I've talked to, or I emailed somebody today about writing something up because I think this is an opportunity that if a parent does want to order something for their own child, I think that would be an okay thing to order. All it does is safeguard their child and other children around that child. But we're requiring masks, which is recommended by the health department,
Right.
not shields for desks.
Right.
So it's like an added extra layer for any parent that would like it. I mean, I'm not promoting their business per se, but they're the least expensive.
Yeah.
They're local. They're here. They were willing to do mock-ups. I mean, you can talk about who went and saw
I did.
you saw it, okay. I couldn't remember which meeting I was in. But they did a really nice mock-up and he played with the numbers and you can get the vinyl as a certain width. If you want it taller, then it's going to be more expensive because you can only get 1 out of each sheet. But if we made it a certain height, then you can get 2 out of each sheet. And of course, that's the savings for everybody. So and the other thing, okay, so those kind of things, I just want you guys to know that I'm going to have to order stuff now.
And they've been experimenting with the cleaning solutions and the clear vinyl to make sure that, after a few times it doesn't
Cloud it up.
Yeah, and they're actually a little more flexible. And the plexiglass things that we were looking at the restart to school, astronomical prices.
And at this point, we're thinking each child is going to have one desk in the school that they will sit in
From middle
all
school on
of
down.
their instruction.
Right.
So if a parent orders one, it doesn't need to move with them.
Correct.
They
From
stay-
middle school on down.
Right, okay,
At high school, we're still not 100% sure what it's going to look like. We're still tweaking a few things.
okay.
And then the other 2 things, not to jump ahead, but
Very good.
I don't know if you guys were able to click on that. So walk-through thermometer from the front entrance.
It didn't let me click on front entrance. It said that I didn't have access, but I saw another sample one.
Okay, so it looks like this,
Okay,
and it was like $1,000 for this, but it was $1,000 for shipping. And I did email the company. I'm like, hey, you're over in wherever, 2 hours away.
That one's only 1,000?
Yeah, but it was $1,000 for shipping.
so we could pick,
One of them was,
we could send
wait.
to pick it up?
There was one that was 6.
yeah, one of them was 6,000.
Okay, so I didn't know about that, you found
So
one.
there's
I found one
1,000.
that's, yeah, there's one that's about 1,000, and then it's about 1,000 for shipping.
Can we send Frank to pick it up and pay?
It's in China.
Well, the chances of getting it by the time school starts. are
He
very-
said, wow, that would be a really good idea, and I'd love to let you do that, but we're ordering it from China.
Got it,
so
okay.
Shipping
And
can't
plus, like
be,
you said, by the time we order it and get it from China, it's not gonna be here in time anyway.
and it might not be, I don't know, but I didn't want to go spend $2,000 on something without having any sort of a plan or,
So so no to that one. So then another sample one.
And then the other thing is,
That's out there.
some of our teachers are being displaced from their room, and about $80 for a 3-story cart for that, 3 shelf
Wait, I
cart.
wanna go back to 5.5. The link that was another sample, that was a different thing. How much
Yes.
is that one?
How much was that one?
Yeah.
One of them was, let me see here, front entrance.
Because the one that
That
I
one
looked
has
at,
an
I
answer.
clicked on another sample.
Yep, another sample.
That was the only one I could see.
Yep. This one's the one that's about $4,000. So, and that's just like a phone mounted on a stick.
Right.
And it does many more things, but I've been looking at all of the different companies that do it, and the one that's $1,000 for, and again, we talked about this in the Restart School Committee. If we want to have somebody standing there and take the temperature of every single person, we could, or we could put this in the doorway and they walk through. If it beeps because they have a temperature, they immediately turn around and leave without even getting in. And then you don't have to have somebody standing right
You
on
still have
everybody.
to
walking.
stand- Somebody
Somebody
stand
would
there.
still have to.
But they wouldn't have to stand right there and get within 3 feet of everybody. They could stand like where Chris stands and just monitor.
So the cheapest option is the $1,000 and $1,000 shipping, $2,000. And it's coming from China. So we're not taking that one off the table. I misunderstood that.
Right, I didn't know if, I just wanted to have a discussion about me having to buy things. I don't want to just buy stuff, but we've been looking at,
How much did you say we were get, 40,000?
we got 40,000.
Okay. And so far with all of these things you've been looking at, we're under that, I'm assuming?
Yeah,
The one thing that we don't have on here, Julie, is the shields with the cloth for each teacher, the face shield.
I ordered 15 of those. I put them on the credit card. It's like $530 because they're quite expensive. And I wanted to see them before I ordered everybody one. Everybody can start with one and then they can be cleaned several times. So that's something that I did just go ahead and order. But again, I ordered $500.
Because they're
for
like
stuff.
35 a piece, right?
Yeah.
My question was to be sure that the cloth is
Same.
removable, that they can take it home and wash.
And so I didn't want to buy a whole bunch, but I did want to have some in the building for the teachers that really need to have their face seen, for students like for speech, for the little ones that need to see the whole face of the teacher.
Okay. Okay, now you can go on to 5.6, sorry.
Okay, and then middle school teachers and maybe 1 or 2 elementary teachers, depending on, because we're making the teachers go room to room and the kids are staying there. And again, you'll get more description about this in the board meeting, but they're about $80 a pop. And if I need 10, there's $800. So it's just, I know we need to spend it. I need you guys in on the loop so that, I'm not just like, oh, I'll just buy 10 carts, counted the number of carts before I order them. I just wanted you guys to be aware that that's going to be part of the cost of opening our doors in the fall.
Okay.
That we're going to need some stuff and it's not going to be cheap.
But we have the 40,000 to offset it, so that's more comforting.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any questions, Steve?
No, but we should bring those points all up.
Yep,
At the meeting?
that's why I figured she could bring it up to her.
Linda, did you have anything?
No, because now we're gonna go on to positions, which will eat up that 40,000 pretty quickly.
Okay, shoot, it sounded so good for a
The
while.
other staff that we're gonna need.
Okay, item
Well,
6, discussion of paraprofessional part-time positions.
we have a proposition, Sharon and I do. And actually, I have copies of it. So we lost 2 full-time paraprofessionals. And so I had Sheriff, thankfully, it's a great number cruncher, and did a costing of so on the very bottom, it says 8-hour full-time. So if we had somebody that worked, and then there, you can see there's a $2,000, the top one is a single at that amount of money. So it cost for a full-time person, it cost about $30,000. And then if they were a full-time aide, I'm talking a paraprofessional here, if they had a family with the 4,000, it cost the district about $42,000.
Just for the insurance.
No, this is a whole
The whole
package.
salary, wages, benefit,
Okay.
everything, okay? So Cheryl did, and if you go up to the top here, 2 5-hour part-time paras costing approximately $3,979 less and getting 2 more hours of help than 1 full-time para. So replacing 1 with 2 part-time gives us more time, costs us less money. Yes, they wouldn't be getting the benefits. It's rare that we do have every single person on payroll getting benefits, and we were interviewing and quite a few people are looking for a part-time job. We probably wouldn't have even brought it up. I think this is a good way to consider saving some money. And it costs less and we get more hours because we're getting 10 hours worth of work a day versus 8.
Okay.
And if we did that for 2 paraprofessionals, and again, that's down here. And so if we had 4 5-hour paraprofessionals costing $8,260.45, more than 1 full-time paraprofessional taking family benefits. So we can have 4 people here getting 12 hours more work a day from these 4 new hires. And it's only going to cost us $8,260 more than any one person at family.
We're getting 4 for 1.
Well, and it's 8,000 more, so it's really not quite that, but 3 3/4 for 1. And it's 12 hours more a day of paraprofessional time that we would have wiggle room. Putting them on a bus in the morning, taking temperatures, monitoring.
Some coming early, a little overlap, and some staying late. Go ahead.
Double on the lunch, making sure the kids are playing farther apart. So possibilities, yeah, I'd like to go there. Chris and Kathleen would argue. Chris is here now, so he would say you're not going to get good quality people if they're only part-time. I don't know. I think it's all part of the process.
And I think the other thing with what some of their duties are, the COVID is very involved. So it would be interesting to see how many people might jump at that job.
At the part-time job.
Correct.
It's 20 hours a week.
But there are people that are looking for part-time, but
We actually had 2 interviews of people that were okay with, like, can we put you down for a paraprofessional? Is that, oh, yeah, I don't really want to work full-time. That would be even better. Awesome. So, there are out there, and right now there's so many people that have not gotten benefits or not gotten, well, it's the economy is taking a dive.
How many are you thinking you're gonna have to add?
I would like to just hire these 4 part-time people instead of our 2 full-times.
And you said you're gonna have to shuffle some teachers around because that's gonna have to look different.
Yes.
So we have a little extra help with, say like choir can't look like, we can't put them all on there singing, so.
Yeah, and that's part of a bigger discussion, of course.
Right.
Yeah,
But
okay.
it's, and then, to me, it makes a lot of sense. I would advocate for that, but I just really wanted to have the discussion before we've always gone full-time, but I think it's the time to be able to save a little bit of money and we'd get more help and save a little bit of money. And then, if somebody's really working out really well and they want to increase their hours and that, when we still have the money for it down the road, okay, well then, or if we lose somebody and we want to combine 2 positions, there's always those options. But once you hire 2 full-time people with benefits, that's what you got. You don't have as much wiggle room.
I think especially with not knowing what we're gonna need and what we're gonna have. just like anything else. And you find the floor to fill it,
Okay. And we don't know.
we don't know.
And we'd have to advertise that it's just straight money, no benefits, 5 days a week. Only school days, so that's nice, that kind of a thing.
Okay, did you have any other questions on that, Steve?
No.
Linda, did you have anything?
No, but on number 7, I think another thing that we have to start talking about is the bus routes. And one of the things the restart said was that it might just be a Sextonville, back and forth, they wouldn't have any of the outlining. So my question with that is, are they paid then for each route back and forth, or is it the first route and then it's hourly? So
Are
those
they
are
gonna
some
be
of
on
the
the road a
things.
lot longer if they're just doing a straight shot a couple times? Does it end up being about the same amount of time as the winding around once?
No, it would be a lot shorter. The time-wise would. I
Right.
think what we would do is look at how much time it takes to go to Sextonville, get some kids and come back. And then if that's, if it's only a
20
15-minute
minutes tops.
tops, then I think that person's gonna be like a little bit, oh, well, I understand that that's one trip, but I don't have to go driving all over everywhere. And, and we're not even sure that we have to do that yet. That's my next week job. So we're,
So much of this is day by day. We don't even know if we're gonna be able to, even if the kids wear masks, if we're gonna be able to have 40 kids on a bus. All of this is so up in the air, but as we're talking money, that needs to stay out there.
Okay.
That's not gonna be normal.
All right, so I won't mention at the board meeting because we don't really have anything to discuss around it yet. You're gonna look at that next week, you're saying?
well, yeah, we did a transportation form for the parents to find out, because some of the parents are immediately saying, no, my child is not riding a bus. And lots of our parents do that because they're open enrolled. So they just as soon not have them ride the bus for that little bit of saving of time for themselves. So they're not being
Yeah,
put
and I
in
never
any.
did anyway, so even though I'm not open enrolled.
Right, but there's lots of parents that have decided already, no, my child is either not coming, and they, that's their right, or I'm just gonna drive them, it's easier. I'm just gonna drive them, and then I know they're not on a bus with, 25, 30,
Right.
35 other people.
Okay, almost 7, anything else? All right, motion to adjourn,
So,
second, do I have a second? Yeah, okay, all in favor?
I
Aye, okay, we're adjourned.
So,